So, you remember that Korean cultural fair I mentioned in the chat? Yeah, that was something else. Got to explore various Korean traditions and met some cool folks. There was this lady, Jin Hee, a taekwondo artist. Yes, taekwondo. You know me trying to sneak my way to the black belt in jiu-jitsu. Well, meeting her made me realize how multifaceted the world of martial arts is. They are contrasting in many ways yet, surprisingly similar. There is this discipline, perseverance, and grace in both art forms. Made me realize my journey to the black belt is more than just learning to defend myself. It's about deepening my understanding of myself and my limits, the way my mind and body operate together. The mind-body harmony, as they say. Now that's something, isn't it? Now imagine getting all philosophical from a day at a cultural fair. I'm kind of digging this multifaceted Chris version, a tech geek who's also into martial arts and deep thoughts, eh? Maybe Silicon Valley could do with a dash of zen and a few flying kicks. Think about that. Gosh, wouldn't that be a sight? Anyway, apart from that, there were incredible traditional music performances and tantalizing traditional foods. I may or may not have overeaten. You remember Sam's kimchi story from our uni days, right? Well, history might have repeated itself a bit with this lad today. Go figure. No regrets, though. Absolutely worth it. While I was there, I stumbled upon quite an exciting idea. Remember how we used to brainstorm startup ideas back at Berkeley? Well, I had this spark today. What if we created an app that recreates cultural fair experiences virtually? It could be a great way to explore and learn about different cultures right from the comfort of our homes. Perhaps a potential business project for us in the future. We seem to gain more insights when we embark on these kind of adventures together, don't we? But hey. Continuing on my trail of thought from before about the ethics of AI, let me tell you about another fascinating perspective I stumbled upon today. You know how we usually consider technology to be morally neutral, right? It's how we use it that gives it the moral significance. But today, I found myself debating if morality is really that black or white in the sphere of AI. Gets you thinking, doesn't it? I mean, take AI in politics, for example. On one hand, such technology can reduce bias, improve efficiency, and provide politicians with precise information about their constituencies. It could add a level of sophistication in understanding the needs of the people, the pulse of a democracy. But then again, I can't seem to shrug off this nagging worry. Like the potential of AI being used to manipulate democratic processes, it's like a double-edged sword, one that we must handle with the utmost care and unprecedented forethought. After all, we can only fathom the realm of possibilities, right? It's as intricate as a Go game, with its infinite potential moves. Speaking of games, the chat's plan for Area 51 themed Halloween costumes had me chuckling. I mean us geeking out as retro tech nerds dressed as aliens? Now that's a sight that would give Elon Musk a run for his money. Probably scare the neighborhood cats, if nothing else. Maybe we can add an AI touch to our costumes? Geeky enough? Quirky enough too, don't you think? Moving on to Rachel's food adventures in Paris, it reminded me of the delicious bibimbap I had for lunch today from this little Korean place downtown. Made me miss my mom's cooking and our uni days when we used to experiment and create our own versions of these dishes. Maybe our next virtual cooking session can be about that, recreating our college food misadventures. With my alleged legendary bibimbap in the lead, of course. That being said, these daily surprises are becoming my retreat from the work stress. The myriad of thoughts floating around, varying from stuff as heavy as the ethics of AI to as light and fun as Halloween costumes or planning a virtual cooking session with y'all. It's like a breather, a window to the other side, you know? I can't help but feel grateful for these little moments of introspection and exchange of ideas. They keep me grounded. And talking about this stuff with you gives me perspective in an otherwise chaotic tech-filled work life. You know, I might be more of a talker than I'd initially thought. Guess old dogs can learn new tricks, eh? Just realized I drifted off quite a bit. I have this proposal to finish that's been lurking around for a while now. We'll get back to it. Ground fighting in jiu-jitsu today. Jake was quite relentless. It's a tough road to that black belt, but every fall teaches me something new. You know how it is with these combat arts. It's more than just the physical exercise. There's this unspoken understanding between the mind and the body, a sort of harmony, as they negotiate every move, every grip. Just like orchestrating a symphony, each note, each instrument playing its part. Quite remarkable. It was a grueling session, though, left me as exhausted as our last hiking trip. Remember? Yeah, the one where we were barely able to tell our right foot from left. But still, wouldn't trade it for anything else. Speaking of fitness, did I mention the conversation in the group chat today? Seems like the gang's hooked on the new Titanfall game. I haven't had the chance to play it yet, you know, start-up timelines and all, but apparently it's like seeing orangutans in space. Sam and his metaphors never fail to crack me up, and Rachel's on her stargazing spree again. Makes me miss those high school astronomy club days. Remember how we'd lay in the grass, spotting constellations, making up stories about aliens. Good times, those. And hey, the next time you crave a burger, let me know. After all, I got inspired to make the Vegas-style giant burgers that we couldn't forget. I mean, a catching-up session over homemade Vegas-sized burgers. Now wouldn't that be something?